Good class. Welcome. Today we're going to learn math. We're going to learn math. We're going to start a new chapter, which is about time and speed. We're going to start Unit 5, which is about time and speed. It's actually for chapter 4.9, but I just wrote intentionally Unit 5. Okay, speed. So we'll start from speed. Let's define what speed means, right? I'll be trying to explain things as slowly as possible, right? You know, I think I'm quite fast, but this time I will try to uh, explain things as slowly as possible, actually. So let's define what speed means before we move to calculating the value of speed in a given question. So speed means the rate of change of distance per unit time. What does this mean? Whenever you see the word rate, it's about speed, meaning we have two numbers that are divided in which the denominator in which the denominator is what? In which the denominator is time. What do we mean by denominator? For example, if we have a speed which is equal to s, s now stands for speed equal to distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. We have three letters here. We have s here, we have d here, divided by t. S stands for speed, D stands for distance, T stands for time. So whenever we have time as denominator meaning the lower number, if we divide two numbers, the upper one is what? Numerator. So now the distance, which is D here, is the numerator, and the T here is the denominator. So whenever we have T, time, as the denominator, we will very often see the word rate. So the rate of change of distance per unit time, meaning you are given a certain distance, right? And somebody, that body can be a person, a rabbit, an airplane, a bus, a car, or anything that moves. That given distance, if a certain body of among which the ones who have just mentioned, for example, let's say me, if I travel a certain distance from point A to point B, from town A to town B, in that distance, I will probably take some time. It will take me some time to travel from town A to town B, right? So the range of change of distance per unit time means how much time will I take to travel that given distance. For example, if I travel 200 kilometers in 10 hours, for example. So speed means how, for example, in a given 1 hour, how much distance did I cover? In a given 1 hour, how much distance did I cover? For example, in the first hour of my, as in my example, I said I have 300 kilometers and I have taken 10 hours to travel that 300 kilometers. So each hour, how much distance was I traveling in each hour of the 10 hours, right? So to calculate that, we will find the speed. So speed means how much distance did I cover per a given time, right? Per a given time, per an hour, right? Per a given time, right? I hope you understand my explanation. I hope you understand my explanation, right? I hope you understand my explanation. Mm. I hope. Let's remove these things I've scribbled down here, right? So the formula of speed. What's the formula of speed? Right? What's the formula of speed? The formula of speed is speed equals to distance divided by time. The distance traveled divided by the time taken, right? Example 1. A car has traveled a distance of 200 kilometer in 2 hours. The distance is what? 200 kilometers. The time is what? 2 hours. What was the speed of the car? What was the speed of the car? If the distance is 200 kilometers, and in that 200 kilometers, it took the car to finish from the starting point to the finishing point by 2 hours, right? So what is the speed? What is the speed? So again, let's see solution. The formula first. So whenever you are calculating something, if that calculation has a formula, write the formula first. So the formula is what? Let's remind ourselves. The formula of speed is what? Distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. So what are we given? What are we given? We're given what? The distance, which is 200 kilometers. We're also given what? Time, which is 2 hours, right? Which is 2 hours, right? Which is 2, which is 2 hours, right? We're also given what? The time, which is 2 hours. So let's just use the formula. Speed equals distance divided by time. Our distance is what? 200. So 200 kilometers divided by our time is 2 hours. So 200 kilometers divided by 2 hours, right? It's what? It's 100 kilometers. How? You divide by 2, it's 1. Divided by 2 is 100. So it's 100 kilometer per hour. And by the way, kilometer per hour or meter per second, some unit of distance per unit of time is the unit of speed, right? So kilometer per hour. 200 kilometer divided by 2 hours is 100 kilometer per hour. So the car was traveling 200 kilometers in every hour of the 2 hours. Of the 2 hours, in every hour, the car was traveling what? 100 kilometers. That's what it means. Now let's see how to calculate the distance, the length between 2 points. What's distance first? What's the distance? Distance is what? The length between 2 points. The length between 2 points. That 2 points could be two towns, two mountains, two people who are standing some distance from each other. It could be just two things, right? Two things. So that's what distance is. Distance is. So, the distance can be the radius of a circle, or the diameter of a circle, or the circumference of a circle, or the height of the classroom, the depth of the swimming pool. So that can, all these are distance because they share the same units: meter, kilometer, centimeter, millimeter. We use these units of measurement, right? So distance is what? The length between 2 points, right? I hope you understand. So formula again, use formula. Distance is equal to speed times time. Speed times time. We just arranged the formula of what? We just rearranged the formula of speed, right? So now distance equal to speed times time. So example 2. A car traveling at the speed of 40 kilometer per hour. This is speed. You see the per, that means speed. So 40 kilometer per hour took 2 hours to get from town A to town, from town A to town, from town A to town, from town A to town B, from town A to town B. What is the distance between the two towns, town A and town B? What is the distance between them, given that we have 440 kilometer per hour speed and a time of 2 hours, right? A time of 2 hours, right? So what is the distance between the two? Solution. Formula. Yes, as I've said, usually you start with the formula. So distance is equal to speed times time. Distance is equal to speed times time. So what are we given? We're given the speed, which is 40 kilometers per hour, and time, which is 2 hours. So using this formula, distance equal to the speed, which is 40 kilometers, times time, which is 2 hours. So the hour goes with the hour. Now we have 2 times 40, which is 80, and the unit left is what? The kilometer. So it's 80, 2 times 40 is 80, so it's 80 kilometer. Time. Now let's calculate time. So what is time? Time in this context means the period during which an event happens. Event like what? An event like a car traveling from town A to town B, right? That's it. So again, we will start with the formula. Time is equal to distance divided by speed. Still we're rearranging our first formula of the speed, the formula of the speed. Now time is equal to distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed. Example 3. A car has traveled over a distance of 1 kilometer, 100 kilometer, 100 kilometer. If the speed was 25 kilometer per hour, calculate the time taken. We have what? The distance. Here we have what? The speed, right? Here we have the speed, right? Here we have the speed. Here we have the speed. And we're asking the time. Okay, we start with the formula. Time is equal to distance divided by speed, given distance, which is 100 kilometer, speed, which is 25 kilometer per hour. Time is equal to distance divided by distance, which is 100 kilometer, divided by speed, which is 25 kilometer. So divided by 25 is 1, divided by 25 is 4, right? Kilometer goes with kilometer. Here we have what? Hour. So it's 4 hours, right? 4 hours, right? 4 hours. 4 hours. You can watch this over and over again, right? I hope you understood it. If you have any question or any comments, you just raise it, write it down in your in the website. I will see, right, later on. I will see. For exercise, you go to your mathematics grade 7 book, exercise 2, page 119, question 1 to 10. Question 1 to 10. Yes, do that exercise in your homework book, and inshallah when we come back to school and everything comes